Okay, it says we're live. Are we live? Can y'all see me? I don't see me. Get this out of the way. There we are. Hey, hey. All right, I got a speaker rattling, y'all. Okay, I got that turned off. The volume is off on it. How is everybody? Hey, Miss Tiff. Hey, Miss Andrea. I had to hurry. Y'all, I got home just a few minutes ago. And I had to hurry and get this scheduled and schedule the Zoom and all that. So I did it in, y'all, like 15 minutes. So we're going to do another cross. All right. So I use the Dollar Tree wire cross wreath frame. And I just lay my felt down. And this one I used pieces. You can use a big piece or you can piece it together. I cut it probably about a ½ inch on each side larger. Then I fold it over with some hot glue and mash it really good, and it stays. Then I just put my pipe cleaners on here. And I got 3 on each side, 3 on the top, and then I got 6 going down. So, yes, I had an appointment this morning, so I was booking it. I was running. I am hot. Yes, Miss Tiff. Robin is in a meeting. We'll be share later. That's fine. 10-inch mesh. I got the mesh from Craft Outlet, y'all. So this is burlap, and then for our and we're not going to cut this, so I'm fixing to put it on. We're going to use this mesh, and it's cut at 22 inches for our ties. And then I got some stars and stripes, and these are cut at 12 inches. And the ribbons came from Craft Outlet. I believe the mesh came from Craft Outlet. The frame came from Dollar Tree, because everybody asked where everything came from. The pipe cleaners you can find at Hobby Lobby. I get them in the big packs at Hobby Lobby or Walmart. Dollar Tree has some. They're just not as thick. So, all right, I'm going to bring y'all down. I'm back home, and it's in the low 70s, and I'm loving it compared to Arizona's 100 plus. Absolutely, Miss Andrea. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Sunday, oh my goodness, the humidity was horrific. Just trust me, it was horrific. Oh yeah, we do have some tulle, and it is, let me see, 6 inches wide, and I've got it cut at 10 inches long. I'll show y'all what we'll do with that. All right, so I'm going to start with my 10-inch mesh, and I'm going to fold in on the side, each side. Did everybody have a good Memorial Day? Hush, Andrea, I know, right, Miss Tiff? That ain't even right. She's just rubbing it in, ain't she? She is enjoying the 70-degree weather, and I bet she doesn't have the humidity either. That's what's so bad. All right, I'm going to turn it this way so that it's right side when I make my little poof. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this down right here, and we're going to bring it together, and we're going to twist. So now when it comes over, it's, the shape, the side that I need it on. So if you kind of guesstimate about 5 inches and then fold it, that is going to be your 10-inch poof. So then we're going to take it, pull it tight, and twist. Then we're going to take it and make another little poof here. And I do have an American Eagle. It came from Shirley's in Collins. I will put that in the description. I did not have time to get everything listed in the description beforehand because I was trying to get on here as closely to 1 o'clock as I could. I'd have the granddaughter since I did. I have had the granddaughter since Sunday. Oh, good. Yay. I got another daughter-in-law Sunday, y'all. So my sons were both born in September. And I think it's just kind of ironic. They both got married in the month of May and the same year. So same month, same year. Nothing big. They just had a preacher to come and let them say their I do's. And so then they're I'm going to mash that one flat, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Because they're all going to meet in the middle, and that's where we're going to put our bow. And that's where I'm going to put, let's see, let me just go ahead and make a small one. I'm going to make a small one. That's what we're going to do. Anyway, they're going to have a reception, kind of like in a little ceremony. When it gets cooler weather, when it's not 150 heat index with humidity, where when you walk outside, you feel like you got sweat just rolling off all the cracks and crevices. Okay. Trying to keep that edge kind of folded a little bit. Congratulations to them both and to your growing family. Thank you, Miss Andrea. Yay, thank you, Miss Tiff. Yeah, now Chase's we was kind of expecting. Jeremy just kind of up and surprised us all. I wasn't. Chase had asked about coming up here to get married, but did not know for sure until he kept saying yes, but then you didn't know. I said, well, what time? I don't know. So I found out about an hour before. Oh, we're going to be there at 2. This is about 1 o'clock. Okay. But y'all, I had bought a whole, what's the name of that cheesecake? Y'all help me. Is it, I knew I'd forget that. Something Blues. Is it Cotton Blues? Cheesecake? I don't know, but that thing was so good. It was rich. It was sweet. Oh my goodness. It was good. So we had that and some ice cream. Because it was 2 o'clock in the day. So everybody had to eat lunch. Okay. So y'all, once you get the base of this done, you're about there. Alright, so the way I'm going to do this one, I'm going to go ahead and put it in here, but I got to make a loop here on the bottom. Gather it and fold in each side. And so it's going to come back up under here. So now that I know that's about the right length, and if I had an extra, and y'all, that there's what I want, something to hold that. Mesh, the edge of the mesh and that tool, they have a love-hate relationship, and they love to hate each other. So they get on there and pull each other. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep that gathered, and then I'm going to pull this one back with it. Then we're going to put it back in here together. That way, the bottom is going to be up under here instead. There was no way to do it any other way than taking it out. Okay, so now we're going to do each side. And just like we started up at the top, we're going to start right here. And I woke up yesterday with a sore throat. I hope it just kind of goes away and not turn into nothing crazy. Good grief, 1 hour. Yes, I knew that they were supposed to, but I was like, hey, I kept asking him, you know, what time is everybody going to be here, or if they're still doing it. I don't know, I'm not sure. I had cleaned up the day before, that morning. I've worked in the yard all day, Friday and Saturday. Okay, so we've got that one done. Let's do this one. And I just twist it one good hard time, make sure it's tight in there. One more. You pull this one up. So I got one more little tie right here. And I should have kept that one flat because that was this layer on top. So here, we're going to try to do this. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but hey, don't know till you try. I'm going to try to pull it right up under it since I made that loop on top. And it worked, y'all. It worked. That just keeps me from having to cut it and then start it over again. And y'all, I forgot to turn my air down. I was in a hurry to come schedule. It'll be smoldering up in here. All right. Let me see here. We got this one. We're almost to get our base done. Sounds like a helicopter out there, doesn't it? That is one of my favorite meshes. It is. Yes, Miss Andrea, don't be getting sick. No, I ain't got time to be sick. I do not have time for that. But it was, and it gets better the other day. It's not as sore, but it's pretty sore when you first get up. The burlap mesh is the softer mesh. And I love it. There's also a mesh from Hobby Lobby that is soft like this. That's they had it in 2 different colors, or it might have been 3 different colors. I know they had the hunter green that I made the army wreath out of. They had that one, and then they had a blue one. And so I ordered some green here not too long ago off of the line, and I couldn't find the blue online. And then when I went to the store, they had clearanced out the blue. So I bought every roll they had. So that was probably about 6, 7, 8 rolls. I don't remember, something like that. I was like, well, if y'all ain't gonna carry it no more, guess what? I'm buying all you got. Okay. You could honestly put ribbons on it from this state and it'd be pretty. But I already have the other mesh cut at 22 inches. And it is 10 inches wide also. All right, let me kind of lay this where maybe y'all can see. Y'all, I don't care how big your craft table is, it's never big enough. Just saying. Do y'all have that same problem? So I'm just going to take this and just roll it several times, mash down, and lock it. Then we're going to pull it from the other side. We're going to go up here. And so there is 15 ties. And this is just going to help fill it out, and it's going to add a little bit more color to it. And so when I make my wreaths, I have most of the time 15 ties on it as well. Unless I have the extra large wreath frame, and it is 18 ties. Pretty so far. Thank you, Miss Tiff. You do. You have that problem too with the craft table. I mean, it really is. I don't care how big it is. It's never big enough. So, just saying, if I move these, it'll give me more room to back these up now. So what did y'all do for Memorial Day? Did anybody have any special plans or do anything special? It rained all day here. Even around somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock, it got so dark. My back porch light came on because it's on a sensor timer. So once it gets so dark, it'll just kick on. Well, it kicked on in the middle of the day. I did some book work. That's what I did. receipts and stuff. Yep, I have a piece of plywood cover the shelf paper I used to extend my work area. Hey, that's a good idea. That is a great idea. Pizza. Stormed here most of the day. Yeah. It definitely was not nice weather for us either. I did come out here and get this cut, or y'all, it would have been another hour before I'd have been on live today. I came out here and cut my ribbon and cut my mesh. So I knew I'd probably be running on a tight, delayed schedule. So I did do that first thing. But I say every year I'm not going to wait, because every year I wait to the end of, you know, the very end to do my receipts and stuff. And every year I say I'm not going to do that, and I don't never do it throughout the year. So I did catch up yesterday, so it's a little better. So maybe I can keep up the progress throughout the year. My youngest has been sick 2 weeks, and I had a migraine. Oh, we are both better today. Well, I'm glad y'all are better. The migraines, oh, ouch. I think I may take that one out because it's making it too scrunched up in there. Maybe not. Let me just move it that way. I had a migraine. Was it Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and... It was Friday and Saturday. That's when it was. So I feel for you. Them things are from the devil. The top one side and almost the other side done. All right, now we just like our bottom half. Let me put these over here. Maybe they won't slide off. Okay, we're just rolling it a couple of times, scrunching it, walking our fingers up, and then rolling this one toward us and mash down. Better today. Prayers, Miss Andrew. Yes. Prayers, them things don't come back. Ain't that right? Two, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got one cut short. I got one cut short. That's okay. We've got more. Yes. We've got some mesh. So I take it, nobody pop no fireworks with migraines going on and rain, and it was just dreary. And it's been raining today. The sun will come out and cloud back up. Rain some more. I just hope my garden doesn't just get drowned. Because it rained, let's see, Saturday, it's rained Sunday, Monday, and today. So get on up in there. How full and thick it is getting to be. Oh, I'll be grabbing stuff. Mesh starts grabbing onto stuff it don't have no business to. Okay, that's right. I thought I'd cut one too short, but I didn't. I've got the next one is there and it's in. So there we go. So we've taken it. Thick. Pretty that is. Colorful. You are so very welcome. Let me get these off of there. Ever had one migraine, ended up going to the ER for a shot. They are not any fun. I don't ever want another one, right? I wouldn't wish a migraine on my worst enemy. They are horrible, absolutely. Thank you, Miss Tiff. All right, so the ribbon tails, 2.5 inch wired ribbon, 1.5 inch wired ribbon. We got stars and stripes, and they're wired, and they're cut at 12 inches each. All right, so y'all, I had done a wreath party at a friend's church. So I had pre-cut some tulle, and this was one that was left over. I cut extra. So it's just 6 inch tulle, and I cut it in 10 inch length. So you make kind of like a breast cancer awareness bow or a cursive E. And then down here where it crosses, that's the part I'm going to slide onto. I'm going to open up the pipe cleaners. Tulle and the edge of mesh don't like each other. And so I'll slide it down. And then twist this pipe cleaner here. We're going to take our wire cutters. That's about how much I cut off. But that's not going to be the same for every wreath. That's going to depend on how thick your mesh and all are, what it adds up to. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull the ribbon back and I'm going to fold that right up under there. Then you take and pull the loop part and spread it out. And then you can't see and I wanted to do this opposite. Yeah, that looks better. I like doing the ribbons. So if the stripes are on top on this side, I'll put it on the bottom on that side. Just a personal preference, not. And a mic can bring y'all down a little closer. And I'll show y'all up close how I just did that. So I just fold these in half, get the center. Scrunch them up. See what I'm doing here. So we're laying them down in here, right into the middle of the pipe cleaner. Put it on and twist. And then we take the tool, bring it up here, push it down. Down where y'all can see real good. It's easier to do it on a cross than on a round wreath. A round wreath, it is hard to show because it doesn't give you enough space, really. So it's harder to show on a round wreath. So then we'll pull this just like that. And voila. So now that y'all know what I'm doing. Hey Matthew, how are you? Good to see you. I hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day. Love the way it is looking. So pretty already. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. Matthew, hi, Andrea. I have 219 subscribers to go into 5,000. Oh, awesome. All right, so here we go. Let's get this one on. We'll spread them out here. And the mesh, the ribbon came from Craft Outlet. I always get questions about where'd you get this, where'd you get that. The cross wreath frame came from Dollar Tree last year. And Tulle come from Hobby Lobby. And then, let's see what else. Oh, the eagle that I'm going to use is going to be, it came from Shirley's in Collins. They have a page on Facebook. And they have their link to their website on pinned to the top of the page. So and today is the last day of the sale in my Etsy shop. It's 20% off. So you got any friends that you want to tell them to go check out The Memorial Day sale ends today. Okay, fluff that out. Do you have all wired wreath frames in the Dollar Tree? Miss Andrea, I don't know for sure. Y'all, I have been to Dollar Tree probably once in the last 2-3 months. And I had heard through the grapevine that they were going to stop carrying them. I do not know for sure if that is true or not. I guess I need to go in there and look. Do you need any specific ones? If you do, I can go look and ship them to you if you would like for me to. The air kicked on, but it's not setting on a low temperature, so it's, but it being on sure helps. Feel a cool breeze. I wish I had not forgot to turn it down. I can ship them also. Really, we haven't had them since last year and can't get them online anymore. Oh no! Well, I can go look at mine and see if they got, or if I have some. Y'all, I've got. Last year I ordered y'all the bumblebee or ladybug. It can be either or. And I also ordered the beehive, and I hadn't made none of those, y'all. I need my honey and looked for that, because I ordered a case of those. So if anybody needs any of those, y'all pay shipping, pay what I gave for them, and I will gladly sell some. I guess I need to list some on Etsy, because the bumblebee or ladybug, they could honestly be used for either or, and we need to start making them, a few of them anyway. See how cute we can get it. I have been using wreath forms on pine wreaths. You are so very welcome. Okay, let's flip and do this side over here, and we'll do the top. Didn't send you one of the beehives. I think so, Miss Tiff. And then I think I ended up ordering a case. Yes, because I see a bunch of them hanging over there. Because I couldn't find them, and they didn't have them online forever. But yes, we need to make some of those. Okay. And y'all can go and do all the ribbons and then come back and do the tulle. But I figure, why? Just let's go ahead and just finish it. Then you don't have to come back and touch that one again. Except for when I come back and fluff out my ribbons. I hadn't even been on Dollar Tree's website either to see what they even have now. My mom used to always be real good about, if she's seen some, she would pick something up for me. What you need from the Dollar Tree? And she'd have fun. She'd go to every Dollar Tree around that she could get to. Look, and she enjoyed that. And she was so upset. We had these stores called Hudson Salvage. So they would get a lot of discontinued stuff, and sometimes they were cheap, sometimes they were not cheap. But she loved going and digging through all their stuff. And when they closed down last year, she was so upset. I was talking to her that day, the day they closed, and she was telling me about how upset she was about something. I said, well, Mama, what are you upset about? Hudson's, today was their last day. She loved to shop. Oh, she loved to shop. And she said, but it didn't cost but a nickel, or it didn't cost this or that. And I said, Mama, it's not a bargain if you don't need it. I thought so. At least I know I am not completely nuts. You're not nuts. You may be a squirrel, but you ain't a nut. The only they have online is the pumpkin. Oh, okay. I have a few of those too. I have some from Dollar Tree, and I think Hobby Lobby too. Have you checked Hobby Lobby, Miss Andrea? They've started getting some different kind of wreath frames. I wish they would bring back the cap. We're almost finished with the top part. Get these last couple in. Somebody said, who was it? I'm trying to think. That Hobby Lobby has got some of their fall stuff out. I was like, what? But when you stop to think about it, they usually have Christmas out by July, so this is already June, almost June, so it makes sense that they would start putting fall out. So, but y'all, it just seems like so early. It feels like we just got finished with Christmas. Hobby Lobby has the work wreath form and the 16-inch wire wreath form, but not the 14-inch. Okay, good deal. Well, I will check ours and see what we got. And I'll be honest, I've got some of the more expensive wreath frames that are bigger and that are elevated, but I can make a wreath that is 10 inches thick just on a flat Dollar Tree wreath. So if I use one of the elevated wreath frames, you know, you're looking at 12 inches or so, and that is just a humongous wreath. Okay, let's see. There's 3 more. Let's see what we're gonna do. Let's see. All these are gonna fit up in here. We got this thing packed. Yes, they have fallout, and you can see Christmas ornaments and flowers stacked up on the shelves. Oh goodness. Well, it makes sense. I mean, no, it don't make sense, but it's what they do every year. And I get it. I understand as a wreath maker, you know, and doing Christmas decorations, it's better for us because we can go ahead and get Christmas supplies and fall supplies early, so that, because if they waited till, you know, October to put out fall stuff, then we wouldn't have time to get anything made to sell, you know, for that season. So I do understand for the makers it makes sense, but still, it just it feels like we're rushing things. Let me see here. I'm not going to add the other 2 sets of ribbons here. It's going to be a lot. So I'm going to fold that one down and this one over here. Because it's big, it's full. Now, let's get our bow maker here. Yeah, there's my pin cushion. Okay. Let's make a bow. And here's our eagle that we're going to add to it. And I looked for these the last time I was in Shirley's a week or 2 ago, and I did not find any. I don't know why, but anyway. Anywho, well, and I did not get me no pipe cleaners. I'm gonna get one more just in case. Okay. So I crisscross them. Gorgeous. Was it Christmas yesterday? Yes, Tiff, Christmas was yesterday. Exactly. That is just, I'm trying to avoid. They get very deep and wide. They do, because they get so big. Seems like it was just I just took down. I know. You get your decorations taken down, and then it's like, it feels like the next week you're having to put them back up. And I have downsized the amount of decorating that I do. I went crazy there for a few years, and I'm like, that's too much. That's just too much. Okay, so let's decide what we're gonna do here. I don't know why my speakers are acting up over there. And this big roll came from, it's a 50-yard roll. Yes, 50 yards. It came from Craft Outlet. All right, so that's gonna be 24 inches. So we're gonna scrunch it here. Okay, let me get this out of my way. Twist. Slide it down. I'm going to do about a 6.5 inch loop. I'm going to twist. That's why I like my little clothespin. 6.5 inch loop. And I'm just pinching and gathering. I'm going to pull down. We'll go ahead and dovetail these. I may trim them some more and I may not. Depends on how long they are when I get them set on the wreath. It's just when you can buy, if you're going to make very much decoration or very much, use very much ribbon, it's cheaper to buy the big rolls. Let's put some of this right here. And some of these ribbons I bought several years ago before inflation went out of the roof. So they're several dollars cheaper a roll than what they were or what they are now. All right, because this is a directional ribbon, I want my stars on top. I'm going to do it in my hand before I put it in there, if that makes sense. Get over there. All right, so now I'm going to bring it this way. Let's check the loops and make sure they're about the same. Okay, so I'm going to gather it here and try to hold it. So I'm not flipping this one like I usually do, because I want my stars and stripes staying the same. Okay, so I'm going to have to lift this one up and put it up under there so that this loop stays right. And then we'll make this loop. and then this one's going to come down. So it's going to keep where these stars are on the outside, and then these stars will be on the outside. Perfect. Now if I'm going to slide this down, keep it laying right. Directional ribbon is kind of tricky. So now show you what I'm talking about. So see, I kept the stars on top on all 4 loops, and then the stars are on the outside of each ribbon. It can be done. It just takes some thinking. Sometimes my thinker don't think. Sometimes it does. So, all right. Let's see what we got in here now. Let's break up the monotony. So is anybody decorating for 4th of July? Yeah, we just got through a Memorial Day. I say if you decorate with Patriotic, you can decorate in May and keep it up until fall, because you got Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. I used to keep it up until I would put up fall. And that was usually in October. I think my thinker is gone. I know mine is. I know it is. Okay, so I've done 1, 2, 1. And let's see. Just thinking, y'all. It's a thinking problem. Got one loop. Kind of crazy over there. Fold it in half, go from the fold out to the edges. Come on now, get on down there. I do love this 7/8, I think it is. Yes, 7/8 ribbon. When they came out with that size of a ribbon, I loved it. I loved it. What is what I do? That is what I do. Leave it up until middle of September. Yes. Absolutely. All right. I've got to get me some new scissors. These are what I don't use them for paper and stuff, but they've cut so many wires in the ribbon till they are getting dull. That's what I'm looking for. All right, we're gonna ease this up. And hello to my silent watchers. Thank y'all for being here and hanging out with us. Time is a precious gift that you can't get back. So when you spend your time with me, I appreciate it. We're just going to take our zip tie here. Pull it around back. I'm going to make it snug. I'm going to pull my ribbons. I'm going to pull the center loop to go up and down. Now we're going to play with our ribbon tails. Get them coming around front and down. And now we're going to play with the loops. And I spread them out so you can see your eye flows all the way to the back. Pull this tighter. Wire cutters always pulls it even tighter than my hands can get it. And voila. Let's put our bow on. And we're going to put our eagle on. And I move myself. Get these ribbons out of the way. All right. So notice I only used one loop of the stripe and one loop of the red, and I got one going up, one going down. All right, we're going to take one of these little plastic needles and put it in here. This is going to take it all the way through the mesh. And I can't take it usually like I do the wreath because I've got the backing on here, so I have to kind of curve it once I get down there. I'm going to wrap it around that wire. I don't want it so tight that it's pulling it down, sinking it into the wreath, but I don't want it loose to where it flops. Okay, we're going to take this one down over here. And it just pulls right on through. It's the best thing since sliced bread to a crafter. Okay, I'm going to wrap it around this loop. I have an angel wing Patriotic Wreath for Memorial and Labor Day. A Veteran Day wreath. And a 4th of July wreath. Awesome, Miss Andrea. But Miss Andrea makes wreaths too, and she's cranking out the wreaths. She got one for a wreath for Memorial and Labor Day, a Veteran Day wreath, and a 4th of July wreath. She got it going on. I love on the cross wreaths, I love the long tails. And I even like especially these 7/8 of an inch ribbon. And I'll go back and add this one in there, but it comes from Craft Outlet also. I love doing them, a few of them, just with a little bit of curl. It just makes it flowy and pretty. So that's how big it is. So this is a 24 inch. So it is past that. We have the eagle. And I gotta see how I'm gonna get him in there. I may have to trim that stem off. I think we're going to need to do that. At least that far anyway. I wish they had not put the stick in the front. We're going to put it on the back. And that where it was sticking in, it's so light blue in those little white streaks, it doesn't stick out. Can't hardly tell it, in other words. So by the time we get him in here, perfect. Because that styrofoam kind of closes up. Now, I'm going to put some hot glue right here on this pipe cleaner. And that's what I'm gluing the stick to. Okay, let me move that notification. Hey, Miss Tammy, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Miss Andrea, Miss Tiff. like to get a hold of some more of these little eagles. Okay, now let's kind of arrange our ribbons. And these ribbons are so long, until it's hanging up, it's going to be almost impossible. But there she is. It's hard to get the whole thing in the picture. Y'all, where the camera is. So there she is. But it's big and pretty. And I just love the cross, patriotic. And then you add the eagle, and it's just a icing on the cake to me. So anyway, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it so very much. I should be here Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. I should be here Thursday. Same time at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. So that's 2 o'clock Eastern. Back it up. That's 11 a.m. on Pacific Time. 12 noon Mountain Time. So thank y'all all for spending your time with me. Time is a precious gift that you can't get back. So I appreciate your time when you spend it with me. So thank y'all, and I will see y'all Thursday if you're in the membership. I will see y'all over on the Zoom call. So I love you all. Get to craft and make something beautiful. Until Thursday, y'all have a great week. Bye-bye.